Hello everyone. If you follow my Instagram page, you are now fully aware that I did not make it to the DC Pen Show. My flight got canceled. I arrived at the airport, at the Atlanta airport, at about 5:30 a.m. on Friday, August the 1st. My plan was to do the whole day Friday at the DC show, and then maybe about 3 or 4 hours on Saturday, which would have been the 2nd, and then fly back home. My birthday was Thursday, the 31st. My son was going to be in town that weekend, so I didn't have plans to spend the entire day, the entire weekend at the show. And with that being said, I didn't want to get there, Friday night and then try to do the show in a few hours on Saturday. Delta canceled like the first 2 flights of the day due to the weather. And then they had me on like 4 flights as standby, and the actual flight that they informed me I had been rescheduled for was going to leave Atlanta at like 8:51 p.m., which would have essentially put me into DC after 10 o'clock. So I would have missed the entire first day of the show. And it was my birthday weekend, so I did not want to sit around in the airport. I did not want to go back and forth with frustrated airline employees. So I just decided, I would skip the show altogether. Why I did miss the show, I did want to do a short video. Well, I'm hoping that it's short and not too chatty. Just a short video of the things that I was planning on taking to DC. I wasn't planning on buying pens, but of course we all know how that goes. My plan initially was to get some nib work done on this pen. As you can see, this pen is still new. It is the Edson L.E. Brockton in cream soda. I haven't used this pen. I bought it at the Atlanta Pen Show in April, and I hope you can see this. When I tested the pen, I tested it with a blue ink, and I guess I didn't clean it out enough or flush it, or whatever the correct terminology is, because you see this bluish hue right here. It's not anywhere else in the pen, and I don't recall it being there when I purchased the pen. So I'm afraid that I've kind of stained this pen just by not properly cleaning it. It currently has a stub nib on it, and I like stub nibs, I really do. The other pen that I was planning on taking to the show is my Leonardo, I think it's called Magico Memento, in the Amethyst Sand. I love this pen. I planned on buying it probably about 2 or 3 months before I even went to the Atlanta Pen Show. I knew I wanted to buy it in person because I wanted to be assured that the amethyst kind of, it fell the way I wanted it to fall in the pen. I saw some, and they were really dark purple in this area, and I just didn't want like a dark purplish hue to it. It is a medium nib, so I think I am going to go ahead and ink it up. This is my first pen with a ink window, and I'm so excited about being able to see my ink flow. I was also, I don't know if I've showed this to you guys before, but I have the Bongo Box, what is it called? A Maquille Twisby. Do you see that? Look at those designs on there. So I was really excited that I was going to have my first time at the Bongo Box table, just to kind of see what some of these other pens look like. If you have seen any of my videos from like the very first one to probably like, I don't know, maybe one this year or something, this is my everyday carry. This pen, I'll tell anyone, it just used to be so crappy when I first got it. This is maybe like the second pen that I received after I got interested in the fountain pen hobby. From what I understand, it's supposed to be like a Parker dual fold dupe. It's my favorite. The first time, well, the only time I went to the San Francisco Pen Show, Matthew Chin spoiled me forever. He just tuned this pen up, and it has been a personal favorite ever since. So these were the pens that I was going to bring to share. It's crazy because I shipped 2 boxes to the hotel. One box was just samples. I'm not going to open these. I will open and sample and swatch these another day. It looks like there's a little leakage right here, but I don't see it all over the place, so that may be old from when I was packing everything up for the show. So whatever's in this bag were samples that I was planning on giving away. But again, I didn't make the show, so I didn't get a chance to share my inks or anything with anyone. Then I had stickers because it was DC. Of course, I needed like some form of patriotic. So as you can see, these are like red, white, and blue. I think one says 1776. There's a flag one here that says "Oh Glory." And then I bought these. Where did I get these from? Is it Miami? I think it was the Miami Pen Show. I bought these, so I was just gonna bring them and share those also. I also, in addition to my ink samples that I was bringing, I was going to bring some more inks just to share. Like, I have so many inks, and I feel like I'm always asking people if they want to do an ink swap, and people never reply back. Or they'll say, hey, I'm going to email you so we can swap inks, and then they don't. So this is just like some swatch cards of inks that I've inked up over the past year or so. Although I've only been in this hobby a couple of years, I have got to admit that I caught up really fast in inks and things of that nature. That being said, of my little pile of swatch cards here, here are some of the stickers I was going to bring. And then what else did I have? I also was going to, oh, let's talk about this. I don't see it right now, but that doesn't mean it's not around. I'm so into this pen life now that there's always fountain pens laying around the house or in the kitchen and, you know, in bed with me and everything else. So, you know, it is what it is. I missed the show. I didn't get a chance to share all of my stuff with people, and I'm sad about that. So the inks that I was actually bringing for others to either make samples or test, this Sailor ink, the Georgia Sailor ink, I got this ink off of a freebie table at the DC Pen Show. It is a really swampy, mossy green. I don't know how this my goal is to use this notebook up before the end of the year. I started in this notebook when I first got into the pen hobby, and it's crappy. I mean, everybody's already told me, like, hey, you need better paper. It's something about the it's from the Dollar Tree, so some of the colors are not as they should be, just because it's not the most expensive or fountain pen friendly paper. I'm from Georgia, so this kind of leaped off the table at me. I was like, oh yeah, I'll take that. I'm a Georgia girl. So I really like this ink. And again, like I said, if you're into mossy, swampy green colors, this is a perfect one for you. I was going to bring this Andoryllium Spoonbill Pink. There is a guy that has a YouTube channel. I think it's the Pen Addict. He had mentioned in one of his prepping for DC shows that he wanted someone to give him a sample of this Andoryllium Spoonbill Pink. So I was bringing that to share with him. This glue-on, Colorverse glue-on. Can you see that? Look at that. Look at that shimmer. I have the Bennu Hot Toddy. Again, I don't know where it is this exact moment. Most likely it's in my purse. But this is the only ink so far that I have found worthy of putting in my Bennu Hot Toddy. Again, I hope that you're seeing this. I did a video, like a Mother's Day video, and I refer to this as baby poop green. It does have a pinkish type of shimmer to it. So again, I do hope that's coming up in this light. This, the Van Diemen's Lion's Roar. Also a Atlanta Pen Show purchase. I think I've had this about 2 years, because I feel like this is my second Leo season in using this. But look at that. Look at that shimmer. Look at it. So I would definitely share this, but I've already told myself when I run out of this, I'm going to buy another bottle. It comes out as like this goldish red. Oh, will you look at that? Do you see that goldy shimmer that's in there? Oh, inks that you buy and they just don't turn out the way you thought they were going to. This is the very first bottle of ink that I bought for myself. The Atlanta Pen Show in 2023 was my very first pen show. And all I knew, I didn't know anything really, but what I knew was that I wanted a pink ink. And that was what I got, was a pink ink. This turned out to not be legible at all. Maybe somebody can talk about that with me in the comments. Does ink fade over time? Like when they're already kind of in illegible inks anyway, do they get even older? As they get older, do they start disappearing off your paper? But I'm telling you, it is not a readable ink. So I guess, as some of you say, this would be much better used in like art or painting or something like that. Was there anything else? I can't think. Oh, this was the notebook that I was going to bring to do my ink swatches in. I got this. I bought one of the first pens I also bought was a Retro 51. So where's that? This 21st YouTube video, March 12th of 2024. I think that was my 8 pen questions video. But yeah, somewhere in that time I'd gotten this book from Retro 51, and I just have kind of used it as like an ink swatching, writing type of book. I spent about 20 minutes or so just being kind of sad that I didn't make the DC pen show. I've seen some of the videos that you guys have posted, and I just can say I wish I was there. At this point, this video is about, the giveaway. Let's talk about that. So I am 14 or 16 subscribers from being at 100 subscribers. So I want to do a giveaway when I get to 100 subscribers. I've also done a community post, so you're welcome to go and chime in on that post if you have any encouraging words to say. But at this point in the video, I'm going to go ahead and ask you if you will please subscribe, like, and share. You guys see this lion's roar? That is such a pretty color. I don't know. So like I said, it's a giveaway. It's going to be whatever it's going to be, I guess. But it will be pen and stationery items. So again, I'm asking you to please like, subscribe, and or share. Thanks again for watching. And the next video, you guys have got to help me pick out my journal for 2026. I have been very consistent with my journaling this year. I'm so proud of me because I have. What are you doing for your 2026 journal? Put that in the comments also. Have a good day, everyone. This video is 25 minutes long. Please forgive me for being so chatty. Bye-bye.